I'm Mark Ramsey. I'm really pleased and proud to have with me today Anil Pangaluri. Anil is co-founder and CEO of a company called NewsBeat. Anil, welcome.
Hi, Mark. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, Anil, talk to me about before we get into what NewsBeat is, talk to me about the problem NewsBeat solves for broadcasters.
Yeah, broadcasters have excellent content that users are missing mostly because I've been a listener for about 20 years and I get to listen to pretty much whatever is being on air at the time I drive. But in the process, I'm missing all this excellent content that has been broadcast before and after I drive. So, I've always thought that, I could listen to the segments that I missed if only there was a solution that offered this content on an on-demand basis.
So you're talking about something that's not quite streaming, live streaming, and not quite on demand in the form of podcasting, but something that's in between, right?
Exactly, it is streaming the audio content at the time of choosing of the listener.
Okay, well, let's walk through an example. Now, your platform is essentially white labeled to other brands. So let's walk through an example of one of those white labeled solutions.
Yeah, you see three white label solutions in our flagship NewsBeat product. Let me open this radio station's white label solution. The radio station is out of New Mexico called the Rock of Talk. So this is an app that is built using the technology of NewsBeat, and the content is coming from the broadcaster.
Okay, so the app opens up. Now, this is not just a text app. In fact, when it first opens up, traffic pops in and then weather pops in, and this is all audio content just reinforced by visuals, right?
Exactly. So in some cases, we also display the actual temperature and precipitation and everything else here visually in the app, in addition to playing the audio of the weather and traffic.
Now, if this when the weather and traffic pops up, is that weather and traffic in my market area or weather and traffic relative to where I'm driving?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the platform. When you turn on radio, you get to hear the weather of the overall region or traffic of the overall metro region. This app pinpoints this information for the exact location of the user. So if you're driving on a particular highway, you're just getting the traffic on that highway, not necessarily, traffic 100 miles from where you're at.
Now, so you're kind of using this app right now. Flip through some of the stories here. Let's just see how this works. Now, each one of these is audio. The button at the bottom indicates that if we weren't talking, you would be able to hear the audio play, right?
Exactly, exactly. So I can turn up the volume so you can listen to some of the content that News ABQ has published for their audiences. Yeah.
City of Albuquerque and the U.S. are facing a deadline to agree on a monitor to oversee the Albuquerque Police
So let me
Department.
skip through
Under the terms
just to
of
keep
the
things
signed agreement,
going.
both sides have until Wednesday to notify U.S. Judge Robert Brack that they Albuquerque, New Mexico, the latest blast of winter weather to hit snowpack
So
and
let me stop
icy.
there.
Some schools have canceled
So
classes.
you get a gist of what's going on here. So this broadcaster has picked up content and is broadcasting it on radio. The same audio is being delivered through this app to their listeners, and I have a choice of reading or just listening. So the talent available to the broadcaster is being used to narrate these stories.
So the audio then is provided by the station, but there are other ways to provide that audio as well, right?
Exactly. So we provide a lot of tools for the station to seamlessly get the audio into the platform. So it could be through an RSS feed, it could be uploaded through a portal that we provide, it could be pulled in directly from the website. It could be presented in many different ways. It could be presented in the form of text, or it could be through a video that we can utilize, so on and so forth. It could even be podcasts for that matter, for example.
Now you've got, but it's not just incumbent upon me to create that audio. You have voiceover talent. You can bring online to record the audio, and you can also do text to speech.
Exactly, exactly. Those two things allow a broadcaster to really broaden the content they can provide to their audiences. Instead of the usual 20 to 30 stories, they can meet the needs of the audience with a much broader offering of content, because we're able to take this text-to-speech technology as well as our retained staff of voiceover talent to really kind of narrate at a very low cost, a lot of stories per day for the audiences.
Now, there's a lot of stories here. I have two questions. First is, are these generic stories, or are these in some way customized to me, tailored to my tastes?
Right. So the platform, that is the beauty of it. The user can select the categories of content that they would like to receive, like say more sports or less politics or more technology and so on and so forth. So we pick from the stories that the broadcaster has available to them, and just bring those stories to the user that they're interested in. So they don't have to sift through a lot of content that they may not be necessarily interested in.
Now, for the broadcaster, how much work is involved here? This looks like it could theoretically be a whole lot of work. I mean, where does this content actually come from? Does it come from my news syndication partners? Does it come from your sources? Where does it actually derive from?
So in this example, this broadcaster has a relationship with Associated Press. So it is literally about half an hour of work a day for this person to post this content. This person also posts some of the cut-up segments from on-air programming. So it is about half an hour of work to see what's going on out there and pick the stories that are relevant to their listeners. So in addition, we have ways to offer some of our content to this app. So for example, if this broadcaster isn't covering much of technology, we can provide our technology content as a backfill for this app.
Okay. So essentially what you've got here, and by the way, it also, if you could just show me, it also has the ability to stream the station live too, right?
Exactly. So live stream is still what users want, and we offer that here as well.
So basically, you've got two forms of streaming for this brand. You've got the live stream, and then you've got kind of a customized streaming experience, if you will, tailored to the individual, right?
Exactly, exactly. Live stream is very important, and we are introducing this new way of delivering small segments of extremely relevant content to the listeners. And any audio is game. This app can handle any form of audio, however long it might be.
Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me about this, because your clients include not only radio brands, but newspapers. It could include television stations, anyone who wants to create an effectively streaming audio experience can sign up with your platform and be online almost immediately, right?
Exactly, exactly. And I think broadcasters, the radio stations, have an advantage in protecting their listeners and their turf, because they already produce high quality content every day. But this app allows any media company that has access to any kind of content to create a radio station and surround their audiences with their content in multiple different ways, especially mobile in their cars.
Well, and I think even beyond that, there's another interesting aspect of this. If you're any radio station, you can essentially have a news app that's streaming. If you are a personality-oriented morning show, you can have a gossip app. You could have apps tailored to different types of information depending on the nature of your brand, right?
Exactly, exactly. And the audiences are going to be attracted to the way you curate your content and present it in a way that they would like.
Yeah, so what I find so interesting about this is that technically this puts anybody who is not a media company into business as a media company. Exactly. And it creates, hypothetically, a host of potential radio competitors for anyone who wants to create an audio experience that happens to look, sound, feel, and taste like radio, but be more customized to the individual.
Exactly, exactly. You can even stream music through this, and it's fairly easy for any broadcasters to create a music streaming app. And what we have done with NewsBeat platform is you can now create on the fly a news app just as easily as you might be able to create a music streaming app.
Talk to me about monetization. So, in what way could a media brand monetize this experience?
So the best way to do this is through sponsorships and a native advertising format. So in this example, you see an image up top and a message below that. A broadcaster can pick up an advertiser that could show an image over there, and on top of that, there could be an audio piece that gets narrated like a live read that many broadcasters already offer as a product. So that concept is available through this app as well. So we can take that advertiser's message and play it right in front of the broadcast, such that the message is delivered and the user goes on to listen to other news content.
Anil, for anybody who wants more information, what should they do?
Oh, they should call me. This at Anil at newsbeat.me or info at newsbeat.me, and I'll be happy to take them through the details of this app.
Anil Pangaluri is the fabulous co-founder and CEO of NewsBeat, and you are looking at one white labeled execution of the platform. Anil, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mark. Pleasure speaking with you.